The war between the Israelites against the Philistines had been on for so many years, especially after the death of Samson, the last judge of Israel. At this time, the current de facto leader of the Israelites was the prophet Eli, who had two sons, Hophni and Phinehas. Hophni and Phinehas, however, were prophets who desecrated the altar of God, and belittled his sacrifices, so that the Israelites who came to perform their vows and make their offerings started to abhor the sacrifices of God because of the priest's behavior. Thus, one day, God appeared to Samuel, the apprentice of Eli, and revealed to him that he would do a thing in Israel, at which both the ears of every one that heareth it shall tingle, and that, in that day the Lord would perform against Eli all things which he had spoken concerning his house, promising that when he began, he would also make an end. For I have told him that I will judge his house forever for the iniquity which he knoweth, because his sons made themselves vile, and he restrained them not. And therefore I have sworn unto the house of Eli, that the iniquity of Eli's house shall not be purged with sacrifice nor offering forever. This prophecy, when given to Eli at his insistence by a terrified Samuel, met only the answer, "It is the Lord, let him do what seemeth him good." Around this time, though some few years after, Israel went out to fight against the Philistines. This battle went sore against the Israelites, who lost about 4,000 men in their army in the battle against the Philistines. The Israelites, during a pause in the battle, went to their camps. There, the elders of Israel asked amongst themselves, "Wherefore hath the Lord smitten us today before the Philistines?" And after finding no reasonable answer, decided to do something drastic, and said, "Let us fetch the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord out of Shiloh unto us, that, when it cometh among us, it may save us out of the hand of our enemies." And so the people sent to Shiloh, that they might bring from there the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord of hosts, which dwelleth between the cherubims. The two priests, sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were there with the Ark of the Covenant of God, carrying it to the battlefield. The sight of the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord was a sight for sore eyes for the Israelites, and which boosted their morale, and so all Israel shouted with a great shout, that the earth rang again. But the Philistines, when they heard the noise of the shout, asked amongst themselves, "What meaneth the noise of this great shout in the camp of the Hebrews?" And their intelligence revealed that the Ark of the Lord was come into the camp. The Philistines, who knew the power of the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord, became afraid, and said amongst themselves, "God is come into the camp." And they began to lament, "Woe unto us! For there hath not been such a thing before. Woe unto us! Who shall deliver us out of the hand of these mighty gods? These are the gods that smote the Egyptians with all the plagues in the wilderness." But not all Philistines fell into despair at the appearance of the Ark of the Lord, and some encouraged their brother soldiers. "Be strong, and quit yourselves like men, O ye Philistines, that ye be not servants unto the Hebrews, as they have been to you. Quit yourselves like men, and fight." And so the Philistines charged. And the Philistines fought, and Israel was smitten very badly, so that they fled every man into his tent, and it was a very great slaughter, for there fell of Israel 30,000 footmen. Sadly as well, the hope and glory of Israel, the Ark of God, was taken, and also the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were killed in the battle. From the defeated army of Israel, there ran a man of Benjamin, and came to Shiloh the same day with his clothes rent, and with earth upon his head. And when he came, lo, Eli sat upon a seat by the wayside watching, for his heart trembled for the Ark of God. And when the man came into the city, and told it, all the city cried out. Eli, when he heard the noise of the crying, wondered, what meaneth the noise of this tumult? And so the man came in hastily, and told Eli. Now Eli was 98 years old, and his eyes were dim, that he could not see. And the man told Eli, I am he that came out of the army, and I fled today out of the army. And Eli asked, What is there done, my son? So the messenger replied, Israel is fled before the Philistines, and there hath been also a great slaughter among the people, and thy two sons also, Hophni and Phinehas, are dead, and the ark of God is taken. And it came to pass, when he made mention of the ark of God, that Eli fell from off the seat backward by the side of the gate, and his neck brake, and he died, for he was an old man, and heavy. And he had judged Israel 40 years. But the tragedy was not complete, as Eli's daughter-in-law, Phinehas' wife, was with child, near to be delivered. And when she heard the tidings that the ark of God was taken, and that her father-in-law and her husband were dead, she bowed herself and travailed, for her pains came upon her. And about the time of her death the women that stood by her said unto her, Fear not, for thou hast borne a son. But she answered not, neither did she regard it. But she named the child Ichabod, saying, The glory is departed from Israel, because the ark of God was taken, and because of her father-in-law and her husband. And she said, The glory is departed from Israel, for the ark of God is taken. And then she died.